Hello there! Thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and take a look at this lovely, tall, gorgeous, day-glow monster R&B masterpiece made by Globe Posters in Baltimore. Otis Redding. In 1967, sadly the year that we did lose him, although that was in December, and this is way back in February, at the beginning of the year. This one's from Knoxville, Tennessee. I better make sure you can read that and excuse the glare. This one's beautifully framed, but there you can see it's from Knoxville at the Civic Coliseum, and it has fairly, straightforward venue information up there at the top. And then if you get in closer, on Mr. Otis himself, look at that. Boy, isn't that great? APO Shows present Otis Redding. And then great headshot, they call that a floating head in the business. And underneath, his face is one song, Try a Little Tenderness. What a great song to be on an Otis poster. Top 5 R&B smash and a showstopper at Monterey Pop, which would come later on this summer. Now before I pull the poster back, as I start to for effect, it's kind of cute too, that underneath Otis's chin and above the song is just the, just the words Otis Redding. I mean, it's so funny. They Globe posters sort of had this practice where they just turned real formal, and they would, a poster could be real busy and everybody's real evident who they are, but they always put that name on there, and here it is just so close to his chin when it's so obvious that's Otis, right? I mean, heck, I can even think of a Globe poster on Led Zeppelin where it's a big, oversized jumbo, and it's the only photo on the poster, and it's talking about Led Zeppelin in concert, and yet there's a little Led Zeppelin right below their photo. So that's just what they, what they like to do. So, okay, let's see. So, obviously the man Otis is headlining here. And then you go down one artist, and you have I guess we go from Stax Records to Motown, you could say, with the Marvelettes, with a great, nice presence all the way across the poster. I just love it. That's very unusual in itself. Headliner, quite often, but the second act all the way across the poster horizontally is really cool, too. And so I like the way this poster layout artist presented them in this case. And of course they're best known for Please Mr. Postman, right? Which was, all that was Motown's first ever #1 pop hit way back in 1961. But interestingly, the Marvelettes, had that career throughout the 60s for Motown, and their second biggest hit also happened to be their current record, so it just happens to be on the poster, which is really nice, and that's The Hunter Gets Captured by the Game. Quite the long song title there, and written by one of Motown's maestros, if you will, perhaps the maestro, Smokey Robinson. Now, after that, we go down to Aaron and Purify, James and Bobby, and what's nice is the hits just keep on coming. It's funny. With Aaron Neville here, they're off to the left. In fact, maybe I should lift it up just a tad for this particular segment. The song title is a classic, Tell It Like It Is. Oh my gosh, still performed with the Neville Brothers and everything to this day. Such a great song. That was #1 R&B for an entire month, and a top 5 pop hit at the moment of this concert because it was a current single. That's just great. Sometimes the timing just happens to work out beautifully with these song titles on posters because they usually put the current single. And I'm taping a similar tall, beautiful Sam Cooke concert poster with lots of other artists on here, right? And you just don't know most of the songs because, as it happens, even though they had other hits that same year, the particular song that was current just was not a hit for them. So you have great artists and pictures, but not necessarily good song titles. And here, it just so happened that all the current singles listed on the posters just happen to have been nice hits. Now then you've got on the right here, as I mentioned, James and Bobby Purify. They almost make a liar out of me on that thing I just told you about song titles. Their newest single is on here, Wish You Didn't Have to Go, but it was a stiff. It was a non-hit. So it would have been an exception to the rule, right? Everybody having hits or important songs on here, except for some reason, James and Bobby Purify, maybe because there's 2 of them, got 2 song titles on here. And their previous 45 was a big hit, and that's I'm Your Puppet, right? That's what we all know them for, and that was a top 10 smash. It's just weird they put the I'm Your Puppet on there because they had no reason, they had no way of knowing at the time that the other single was going to be a stiff, right? You Wish You Didn't Have to Go. They had no idea, that just like they didn't know any other songs would be hits or stiffs. So why on the Purifies did they, decide to put one extra song, and it covered the base of their current single being a stiff. So, sometimes things, as I said, just work out. And then getting low on the poster, you've got down there in the lower left-hand corner, as you can see, you do have the original Drifters. There we go. See that? Obviously the big red stripe across the poster, but the photo's in the lower left-hand corner. And of course the word original is a little bit dodgy, obviously with, you know, vocal groups from the 50s and so forth like that. The Drifters had several lead singers over the course of their career. And so it's interesting. Way down, I'm going to move in for this one here. Get a little logistically funky on you, but there we go. There's a real good shot of them. And so the original Drifters, but you know, there's no Clyde McPhatter, no Benny King, but yes indeed there is Johnny Moore in that group, and he sang the classic Under the Boardwalk. So, and then something on here I just usually don't see on a poster, like maybe never, and that is, it simply says, instead of song titles, singing all their hits. You know, that's just sort of so plain rap or plain vanilla that you don't see it on a poster, but it covers it here. Of course, the Drifters had a ton of hits, but they also had a lot of lead singers, so how do you handle that? By the way, Mr. Under the Boardwalk himself, Johnny Moore, is the bottom right-hand face there. And then you've got, let's see, back up, Lorraine Ellison, and no big chart action there with Lorraine. And you've got Sad Sam as the MC. And then, interestingly, TV comedian Irwin C. Watson. And he had some real good cred. He was on like the Ed Sullivan Show and Johnny Carson and stuff, so he was quite the successful, you know, comedian to round out the act. And obviously between acts, probably between these musicians, adding some lightness to the show and some fun and comedy. But you know, it's an Otis Redding poster. He was the man, and this was the year of Monterey Pop and the year that we sadly lost him. So what a beautiful Day-Glo monster piece. I mean, just the red and the oranges and everything. Just a beautiful, beautiful poster from Globe. And boy, it's just too bad more of these weren't saved, because you just don't see these collector's items come along too often. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks a lot for stopping by. We'll see you next time for something soon. Take care. Bye-bye.